Hello everybody and welcome back for some weekly VR news. As always, I am Mateo311 and this is your channel for everything VR related. Today, not only do we have updates on two of my most anticipated upcoming VR games, but we also have some massive games dropping this week. That includes the Dead Space inspired first-person shooter Memoreum and the brand new story-driven experience from Industrial Light and Magic, Star Wars Beyond Victory. On top of that, we have some exciting new gameplay for Thief to show off, some additional game announcements, and finally, I'll discuss why I'm really excited for the next 3 months. Now, there are of course links and timestamps if you want to skip ahead, but let's start things off like normal at the check-in, and that's what exactly have I been up to in the VR world. Well, right now, it is game time. Because as I mentioned, some big games are dropping this week, and I need your help. You got to tell me which ones I should cover, or at least how I should cover them in what order. With Star Wars Beyond Victory dropping tomorrow, and we also have Memoreum, and then I also got a sneak peek of Battlemarked. So if you guys want me to discuss those, let me know which order. Go for it right now. Say Memoreum first, followed by Battlemarked, then Star Wars. Just make that order, whatever your ideal order is, drop it in the comments, and that's what I'm going to do. But let's not waste any more time. That's what I'm currently up to. But for now, let's move into this week's new releases, starting with the aforementioned Star Wars Beyond Victory. Now, Beyond Victory plans to deliver immersive VR storytelling with some mixed reality gameplay. As another title from Industrial Light and Magic, it delivers a story-driven experience similar to what we've seen in Vader Immortal and Tales from the Galaxy's Edge. The gameplay itself, though, goes in a completely new direction, as this is a mixed reality racing title. Now, you also get to control your character in third person and explore the world around you, but most of the gameplay does center around pod racing. Now, since I've started trying this, I have a lot to say and can't wait to talk about it in a future video. Just like the next upcoming game, Memoreum. What started off as a Dead Space mod quickly grew into a full VR game of its own that was built from the ground up, made to take full advantage of VR. Now, I previously tried this title at last year's Gamescom and absolutely loved it. Everything from the immersive environment, character designs, to the excellent lighting and sound effects. So if you're a Dead Space fan or you're looking for a good horror-themed shooter, I'm expecting you'll enjoy this one. But if you can't deal with horror in VR, we're also getting the rhythm action brawler Rager. Now imagine you started with something like Pistol Whip, but then instead of guns, you kept all the weapons melee. With a style similar to Tron, you would get Rager. There's 12 separate levels, 6 different weapons, and 3 epic boss fights. Battles take place in 360 degrees, and your overall score is determined by how well you can keep the beat. So if you're already a fan of games like Pistol Whip, Beat Saber, or maybe even Until You Fall, you might want to go ahead and check out Rager. Now that's everything in this week's new releases, so let's go ahead and move into game updates, starting with new information on my most anticipated VR game, Battlemarked. For the unaware, this is Demeo meets D&D, as Battlemarked is a new title from Resolution Games that is officially licensed and takes place in the D&D universe. Now, I'm a massive Dungeons & Dragons fan, and as much as I love Demeo, I felt it was missing an overall storyline and a character leveling system. Well, Battlemarked will solve both of those issues and also drop us into one of the most amazing fantasy worlds. Now, I'll have a little sneak peek of this game for you guys in the near future, so if you're interested, please drop any Battlemarked questions you may have so I can make sure to answer them in that upcoming video. Now, fantasy worlds aren't for you, maybe you're more into sci-fi, you might want to give the real-time strategy game Homeworld Vast Reaches a try. Now, this game previously released on the Meta Quest and is now being ported to Steam VR, and they're also adding some additional content to this game, but unfortunately, as much as I want a real-time strategy game in VR, this one would be hard for me to recommend. Now, conceptually, visually, and even the overall VR control scheme work quite well, but none of that really makes up for a game that's pretty boring. I pushed myself to play about 2 hours, and as much as I wanted to love it, it just wasn't for me. Now, I know there's been plenty of updates since then, and the new content is supposed to be maximum intensity, so maybe I'll have to jump back and give this game another try. Now, if you're a stealth fan who's been desperately waiting for something good in VR, we just got a gameplay trailer for Thief VR Legacy of Shadow. Now, this will be the combination of 2 major VR studios, including Vertigo Games and Maze Theory. Now, Maze Theory has already proven that they can take a licensed IP and build an excellent storyline around it with both their Peaky Blinders and Doctor Who games. Now, Vertigo's also given us some of the best all-time VR shooters, with everything from Arizona Sunshine up to Metro Awakening. So I have really high expectations for this title, and I'm definitely ready to return to the classic Thief series. And we just have one more game announcement to go over before before we get to today's main topics. How does building your very own mini golf park sound to you? Well, if that sounds cool, you might want to check out House of Golf, which is actually releasing on the MetaQuest 3 this month. Imagine being able to take any real-life environment and then quickly turning it into your own little personal mini golf course. I'm actually quite intrigued here and hope they push the mixed reality features. I never expected to enjoy Walkabout Mini Golf, so maybe it will be the same case here. And I just have two last topics I want to go over. The first is this really strange rollout that Meta is doing with their new glasses. The Meta Ray-Ban display glasses was Meta's most prominent product at this year's Meta Connect. We were given a release date only to see that time come to find out it's an in-store only release. Now, unfortunately, for many people, myself included, there is no such store remotely close. But more importantly, I'm wondering why they're doing it this way. Is the current iteration of this tech not user-friendly, requiring a demo to get used to the tech? Or maybe there's just a bunch of other common hurdles that they need to walk people through? Or maybe it's something completely different, from trying to frame the narrative of early adopters all the way to a small planned release as production starts to ramp up. Now, I can't really say what's true here, but I do plan to find out as much as possible. And I just want to round this video out by saying we are now in the fourth quarter of 2025, and it looks like this year is going to go out with a major bang. We have major titles coming, and it doesn't matter what genre you're into. It could be the big blockbuster stuff. Well, we have Reach. You're looking for a good stealth title? We have Thief. You like turn-based combat, storyline? We have Battlemarked. You're looking for a MOBA style game? We have Glassbreakers. There's so much coming. Obviously, we also have Deadpool, which is a huge budget game. It looks action-packed. Guys, these are going to be an awesome next 3 months, and I'm really hoping we get a hardware surprise too. So that would make my 2025. It would be absolutely fantastic. I just wanted to tell you guys, I'm pumped. There's more that I can't talk about, but soon. And just stay tuned to the next video, guys. If you enjoyed this video, thumbs up. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. And as always, I'll see you guys on next time.